Now we are going to add a list. If you look down here, pretty close to the bottom, here's a note that says list. And we can see that these following 5 items are to be made into a list. So I'm going to get rid of the note, and I'm going to create a list tag. Now there are 2 kinds of lists. One's an unordered list, and you use that when the ordering is not significant, or an ordered list, and you use that whenever you have a list where order makes a difference. So this is going to be an unordered list because the order is not significant. So I'm going to put a UL is what the tag that we use for unordered list. So I'm going to put the opening UL tag at the top and the closing UL tag at the bottom. So I've surrounded all the content with opening UL and closing UL. And now if I go over here and refresh and scroll down to that list, notice it's done some things. It used to be all bunched up here, but now it has a blank line before and blank line after. So you can tell that a list is a block element, and it's indented. So with lists, you get an automatic indentation whether you want them or not. But it doesn't look like a list yet, and that's because this is incomplete. So everything inside a list needs to be inside list item elements. So I'm going to indent that so we see that this is inside that UL. And I'm going to put LI tags. And LI stands for list item. And it has an opening and closing. And that surrounds everything on the list. So there's the content. And it's surrounded by an opening and closing LI tag. And I'm going to do this with each item in the list. This is one of those times where copy-paste works really well. And there we go. We have this unordered list, and everything, all the content needs to be inside LIs. You don't put any content between them. Everything needs to be inside LIs. And now I refresh, and there I get a list. In fact, a bulleted list. So ULs by default, you get these bullets. And we'll be able to do some flexibility with that when we start adding style, but this is the default that you get. The other type of list is an ordered list. Let me just show you what that is. You use OL tags. Notice that there's no change to the LIs. So list item elements are inside both ordered or unordered. But now we have an ordered list because I've used opening and closing OL tags. And there I get numbers instead that identify there's an order here. And so that's what you get with ordered lists. Let me go ahead and undo that and go back to ULs because this one really, the order is not significant. And that's how you do lists.